For real though. Serious. I think you'd have a banger.
Serious.
You live? You're live, Nick.
You got some man, okay?
Innit? It's pride on up, bro.
So I've got to blame one of those guys, sorry.
You say no,
I'm watching right now, so you just blow it on still.
Yeah. when it uploads, they're going to see it when it starts. What's the show's got the phone?
Disgusting.
Should have some chains though.
For real.
Alright, cool. On that note, let's get the show started, guys. Have we got anyone following? No, that's fine. I don't care.
You want to play music?
No, just see that. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Play music.
Alright, listen, guys. No. Please stop. Alright, listen. Grown ups, men in the building, make some noise. Let's go. Let's get vibes again. Right, before we carry on, shout out to G Banks who ain't with us today. Oh, that sounds like a death.
Yo, G.
Yeah, no, but he's just not here. He's alive, but he's not here.
He's well.
Let's introduce who we got in the building today. Whoever wants to take the stage.
It's the Pan-African, the way.
Grace.
Yo, what's going on? Rates. Yes, Darren, Mr. D, you know me, man.
Nick Clark.
Everyone's dead, that. Alright.
No, I'm good. I'm just.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm good.
Show some life, innit?
Put music on.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I'm your host, Hello, guys. You can't put me on camera. Man like John Cena, you can't see me, Shout out. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Right, let's get to the topic that we're talking about today. Yeah? I was about to say rates, but no, it's not. It is why do good guys come last? Yeah? And the caption that we put out there was, if women valued good personality like they value good dick,
Rob,
I forgot the rest of it,
Then good guys wouldn't end up in the friend zone so often.
Alright, so
I just helping out.
Bang on that one.
Wait for the speaker.
Right, so obviously I'm going to put it out there to everyone out there. Do you agree with us? Do you think that good guys are getting overlooked? Not just for good dick. I know that we've just finished doing the Chocolate City thing, but we're not talking about just good dick or them floor scraper things. It's talking about
Bad boys.
This
This has got to start with one man in it. One man's got to start this off in it.
Wow.
You saying?
You ain't starting it. You know you ain't starting it.
You ain't starting it. I thought this is you, blood. I thought this is
Listen, let me shout out people who we got with us, Hey, new man in the building, shout out to new man. Yeah, we've got Carleen with us as well. Kelly, shout out to Kelly. Danielle, shout out to you as well. Right, let's start this off and let's have a little real talk. Yeah, this is a little bit more, maybe serious than the last topic.
Can I just ask one question before we start? What is this urban myth? What's it called? A friend zone? What is this?
What is this place you speak of?
I've never been there.
But no, did this happen more with the younger girls or when we was younger, or is it still occurring in terms of good guys who, I don't know, maybe they don't wear their jeans so low, maybe they don't rob people, they just go to work. It's just, are these good guys being overlooked for these bad boys?
They may be when you're younger, but I do feel that as women get older, they are, which obviously you're going to tally up with that emergency button, they give those guys a bit more of an opportunity.
What's the emergency button?
When they get to like the 30s and they're a bit more...
Yeah, you're going to have to watch some earlier shows.
A bit more,
desperate.
I don't want to tell you.
Break it down for them quickly.
But basically, it's when the woman gets a little older and her options become a little less. She gets a bit desperate, so she then looks at those options such as...
horrible word.
I know.
What are you saying? That they like bad boys initially, but then as they get more desperate... Some scenarios, they allow for that good guy there to get the opportunity. And sometimes that good guy doesn't tick many boxes, but because he's there and available, and I've had women speak to me about guys that have had to dress. Like they said to me, like, can I fix him and stuff like that? And like it's a project.
Fix him.
Wow. And they've got with them people and they've gone long term with them and made it work.
I think maybe just go. What is a bad boy per se? Because is it someone that's a road man or is it someone that's
that you see as a no-gooder?
I don't right. See, for me, I don't think it's just bad.
I would go along with more in the second part of what you said. The no gooder, like known to treat.
We got to stop saying no good though. We can't have that as a word. You're gonna make me illiterate. No good is not right.
I liked it. I think it was quite no gooder.
I don't think it's
exactly what I meant. No gooder.
I don't necessarily think it's a bad boy that big women chase. It's just they want a guy with a bit of edge, so to speak. I don't think it necessarily needs to be a bad boy. It's just they don't want a passive guy that they can trample over and they can dictate to you how shit runs.
I just think a good guy is someone who's deemed as safe, innit? He's just safe. He's not going to provide you with much excitement.
Yeah.
No edge. Yeah. It's not going to bring any, I don't know, like I said, excitement. And whereas the bad guy brings excitement but doesn't necessarily offer you a future. Do you know what I mean?
So then, that being said, do you classify yourself as a good guy or a bad guy?
And
that's
would,
to the table.
I fit in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to go with one, I'm more likely to put myself in the good guy category.
Boys! Yeah, go on. Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
I would definitely be classed as the good guy. Even though some may.
Yeah, I'm not a bad boy, but I think I've got an edge to me, so I'll put myself somewhere along in the middle.
Yeah. See, I'm going with that. Cool, the S7 work. I've got edge. Yeah, no, I'm a good guy. Definitely with a bit of edge, and that kind of comes to my point. Nick, what category did you put yourself in? I might have missed it.
I'll probably say bad boy.
Bad boy.
But why? What's your definition of the bad boy?
I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy, but in terms of people seeing me that don't know me, like as much as I've got good morals, I'm a bad guy.
Why? Okay.
Is that perception? So
is that truth? So another question. Sorry. Sorry. No. Get back to that. Because obviously there's a saying, no smoke without fire. So what do you think you're showing people that would make them deem you as a bad guy?
I think I'm a bit of I'm a bit cocky, confident, Jack the Laddish, and it isn't necessarily bad, but it's just a persona that comes across as not a typical boy next door safe option because I'm a bit roguish.
It's a good word.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good word there. Yeah. I can't remember my question, Nick.
Sorry.
I'll be my bad. I'll be going back. Let me take it to the screen quickly. I hope this question comes back to me. Newman has said, and yeah, everyone's going to see his name saying awesome, but his name's Newman. Any woman take up a man as and he's from the Caribbean, yeah. So
he's a mixture of a lot of different things.
Right, any woman take up man as a project, she's fighting a losing battle from day one. Yeah,
you know what? Say that, but she's with the bride now, and it's been a long time.
I agree.
No, I don't think so. It just depends on the commitment. If she's really
committed to it, bro.
Yeah, to commit.
Yeah, then she's gonna fix up her man so good. The man's gonna think, right, you're just some average Joe. I'm gone.
You see what it is that because of the way he is. She's fixed him up, and it doesn't really make much of a difference.
Loud being spoken about like that. Fixed, like a woman said, I fixed you up. No,
but she's not going to say that. But she's like I said, she's helped
slowly but surely.
She's trying to mold him. But the problem is that I can dress you, but you can't carry the clothes. Do you know what I mean? And he doesn't carry anything in any particular way.
Can I just jump in there? Because I think, and this is the appeal of a bad boy, because women, regardless of whether you're a good guy or a bad guy, women want to change you anyway. And the appeal of a bad guy is that women see the good bits, and they want to work on that and almost make that the primary as opposed to the secondary. So I think whether you're good or bad is irrelevant. A woman will try to not change you, but she'll try to bring out the best in you regardless. And that could
I agree with that last point, but I wouldn't agree necessarily how you first started that sentence about changing you. Yeah. I don't think that. Not that I'm perfect or anything, but I don't think there's that much to change with myself.
I am the shit.
I don't think there's that much to change. With a bad boy, like obviously they're trying to get him to be good in it. They want to be able to use him. But if you, for example, when a woman picks for me, like I do not feel sorry for women that go out there and deliberately pick a man who's on the road. Yeah? If you make that choice, then you've got to live with whatever all the consequences that come with it. You've chosen that. So I don't see why you should be moaning about time spent with you, or he's
he's never around. I don't want to hear any of that because you made that choice. And if you made that choice, you shouldn't be complaining about it. You should be cool with it. I don't see why women try to change that, man.
Let me just take it to the stream quickly. Nick, I think when you was making your point about how you are, I think you said rogue-ish, not road-ish. I think people might have think you meant rogue.
Rogue. R-O-G-U-E.
Yeah, that's it. So, Carlene, there's your answer to that.
What did she say?
Nick, what do you call road-ish?
Oh, say I'm a rogue.
Alright, let me just read that a few comments. Danielle said, it's definitely about maturity and a woman knowing what she wants from a man. I did not know what I really wanted from a man till I was in my late 20s. And now I'm in my 30s, I would look at a man's upbringing more than anything. That's interesting.
That's right.
Okay.
But is that just a misinterpretation of the panic button? Is that just her thinking that she knows what she wants in a man now? Or is it just she
changed it?
She just changed it because
moving the goalpost.
Yeah, because what she wanted in a man isn't
working out.
Attainable long term. Yeah.
But then, if she's saying she knows what she wants in a man, then how would you then determine whether a woman ever knows what she wants in a man? Because then we could always say that that's a misinterpretation of the panic button. Do you know what I mean? Like if a woman only a
they're
woman
never going to say it's a panic button. They would dress it up like that.
Yeah, but in some cases it will just, like she said, will just be maturity, her finding herself.
Exactly.
It's not necessarily a panic button.
He was just posing a question.
Yeah.
Alright, let me go back. Newman has said Nick, and this is Newman and Nick are friends. Yeah, I'm just going to put it out there. Otherwise it's going to seem like, Nick, you're a good guy with a bad reputation. Newman, you're just a good friend. You're a good friend with social media, yeah? Right, Rena said, I think there's a bit of a good guy in all men. No. I'm going to tell you. No, because there are some bad breed people right through inside out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just horrible. Right, Anne-Maria said, instead of fix up, let's use upgrade, yeah? Okay.
Well, do they agree with that? Because I don't think I would want a woman to have to do that to me.
No, not at all.
What's that?
That would make me feel like less. Like,
Worthless, bro.
yeah, man.
It would make you probably feel worthless if you thought you had style and all of them things. But listen, there might be some guy out there who just like not even interested in shopping. You know what I'm saying? Just not like that, not that way inclined, don't care about
They
stuff.
just need some guidance.
And they need some guidance.
Yeah, I don't know if I could live with that.
G might take it with us today as well. Like, I just wanted to throw that out. No.
Sent shots.
Listen, shout out to everyone who's been sharing the video. Damien, big up yourself. Michelle Jackson, big up yourself. Okay. Wow. Javon, shout out Javon as well.
Large up the sharers, man. Large up the sharers.
Right. Cardina said, I believe as a woman, I looked how my dad and brothers are, so it did help me know what I want in life in a man. I do believe upbringing has a lot to do with it.
Definitely. Definitely. I think that's an excellent point because you do go like as much as I would hate to not even hate to admit it, but you go for what you've seen in your past, innit? And I don't want to think that I go for a woman like my mum because I just think that's wrong. That whole
I understand what you're saying.
But characteristics that your mum had and qualities you tend to go for. Do you know what I mean? So if your brother and your dad are roadmen, you may find yourself going for roadmen.
But sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it's
True.
If your dad's, I don't want to get on past the doors again, but if your dad's like a church guy, you could be attracted to a roadman because it's almost
trying to get away from that.
the appeal of the unknown.
Yes, it's true. Especially in this day and age.
I've had like times where
class was
like
exciting.
people say keep away from that guy, blah blah, and it's made the girl want me more because I'm the
Forbidden fruit.
Yeah, for real.
All right. So what can these good guys? I got to put this out to Rakes as well, because Rakes is one of the, he's a good guy. I hesitated, but I didn't mean to. Rakes is actually a good guy. What can Rakes do more? And you ain't got style issues or nothing like that. So what can I just want to know? I want you to give some advice. I want you to give some advice to these good guys. What can they do to draw the attention of these women?
Play them soldier.
I'm not no good guy. But,
So go to the gym.
all right.
Start. Yeah.
Although I'm generally classed as a good guy, it's all about interpretation. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was called a fuckboy. Like I'm assuming
I'm assuming a fuckboy isn't necessarily a good guy, but I was called it, and she may have had good reason to call me that. But if you ask her, if you ask certain people, they might say, "Nah, he's not really a good guy. He might just like." I'm a gentleman. That like I don't class myself as a good guy, sweet boy, or anything. I'm a gentleman. I know how to treat a woman.
Gentleman, sweet boy.
Whatever. But I can't give no advice on what to do, because my thing is, if you're a good guy and you feel like you're overlooked, like I wouldn't say change anything. Like just be who you are. Eventually, there's someone for everyone, innit? Like everyone.
Yeah, but no one wants this eventually business. No one wants to sit there rotting and just get killed. So they want the girl, man.
So what are you gonna say? Like change, pretend to be a bad boy.
Sort yourself out, man. Like fix up, innit?
At the end of the day, your foundation is your foundation. You can't pretend to be something.
You can. Sorry, Nick. You can change. You can change the person that you are within boundaries.
Why?
You can but what I'm saying is, if you want to attract a certain type of woman, yeah, you can look at. All right, for instance, you got your ideal woman over there, and you know her characteristics, and she's not really into you like that. Your friends are in You can be a better man if you want to. You in certain aspects, like it might be certain aspects in your life that obviously is not appealing to her, and she is a good woman. Do you know what I mean? And you need to strive in order to appeal to her. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there are circumstances where there's going to be women who are just going to be trying to change you for the bad. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about where there are women who are good women. You want a woman, and she's friend zoning you, she's pieing you. But you can say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to up my game. I'm going to up my level, and I'm going to attain to.
That's it, yeah, man.
With that, I understand that and I agree with that. But with that being said, for example, yeah. So you see a woman there and you really like her. She's ticking all the boxes. She's religious. you then turn to religion to get her.
She's religious, huh?
Do you then turn to religion to get her? Because that's you changing you. Like, I'm not doing that.
That's down to you. That's within whether I wouldn't necessarily change to religion just to get her.
That's fair.
But if you feel like, you know what, that's a path where I feel comfortable going down as a person, and there's something that resonates within me to go to the religious side, and as a bonus, if it gets her, then do it.
No,
I ain't doing it.
I need to disagree with that, just to a point, because for me, I think of it like going for like a job interview. Now, if I keep on going for job interviews and keep on getting knocked down, so I'm going for 100 grand jobs, and my CV keeps on getting turned back and application jobs, I've got to change my targets. I've got to go for a 30 grand job, which is my lane. Like sometimes you need to know yourself, innit? That it's all well and good being a good guy. And
shout out to Nick. I know a bit too sense, you know. Listen, it don't come often. It don't. But that's true. Come on, man.
But I disagree.
You got to evolve, or you just got to. Sometimes you got to know your levels. Like Halle Berry ain't for everybody, isn't it? You're not always gonna.
Yeah, but evolving is totally different to totally changing who you are, and like.
Yeah, but evolving that's the up your game part.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah.
I'm not changing one thing.
That's what I'm
totally
saying.
changing your character. I don't agree with it.
And like you said, all right, you're saying Halle Berry. I'm not saying like you're going to be going for a Halle Berry and you're friggin' Nick. Do you know what I mean? I'm joking. I'm just simply saying, like, if you think she's attainable, but you need to make certain adjustments and you need to upgrade yourself, and obviously, this is gonna empower you, and it's gonna make you a better man.
Yeah.
You're not just necessarily doing it just to get her. It's all about upping your level, upping your game. Okay. It's like when we first did the one of the first shows, and we talked about men and women and their pay bracket and blah blah blah. Yeah, and you said if my woman's earning more than me, I'm gonna step up to the plate. Yeah, and that's the same thing, kind of thing. What I'm talking about, just upping your level. You know what I mean?
All right, listen. Let me take this stream. I've missed out so many.
Sorry.
You know what? No, I have to apologise. I got too engrossed and involved. Right, Dion has said, question, if you think of yourself as a good guy, as in you have morals and values, etc., but treat women like notches on the bedpost while you look for the one, are you really a good guy?
Good question.
That ain't to me.
Good question.
No, you think
anybody can answer.
No,
anyone can answer.
No, you're not. In my eyes, you can't be classed as a good guy.
What? So basically, hold on. So he's just sleeping with women.
Yeah.
He's not giving them any false nothing, and he just notching numbers. I'm sorry, there's nothing wrong with him.
what is he doing?
He's not doing anything wrong, is he?
Is he raping these women? Like I don't know.
No, but listen to the question though. She's saying treating them like
Are you a
notches
good
on the
guy?
bed.
Not that you're doing it.
He's just sleeping with them. He's not luring them.
But from but from the question, we have to go by the premises of the question.
Based on the question, if you was treating them differently, if you was treating them like wifey, then he'll be a bad guy.
But he just treated them like I'm just sleeping with you and I'm moving on. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, she has to emphasize what she means. Is he telling each girl?
He's
girl, listen, you don't mean nothing. I'm looking for the one, but I don't mind sleeping with you.
If he's been honest with the women he's encountering and they know what time it is, then there's no problem.
Be thanking
right, yeah, true. Whoa, I don't know about the whole thanking part. Right, Dion, come back to us on that one as well, yeah? Couple more comments because I'm actually behind. Right. Dion has said, don't change, Marlon, stay how you are.
Look at it like I'm some puppy or something.
Emma said, don't change, Marlon. Wow. Right. Shireen has actually said, I like that, Rach, you're a gentleman. We need more of them.
Is that the zone?
Right. Carlene said, my dad was a dog, so I never wanted a dog. Alright, sorry, I got caught up in the whole animal thing there. Right, my dad was a dog, so I never wanted a dog. And my brother is road. I never wanted road. My other brother is a sweet boy, so I did not want sweet. Who do you want? Hold on a minute. Here's down the line. Okay, my hubby is a mix. Sweet but road, but such a man and a good one. 6 years later, we're good. Shout out to the good road man. I don't know. Right. Becky said, if a man doesn't want to change, he won't. Simple.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
My dad was a dog too,
I agree with that.
but I just want pussy.
Whoa.
This guy, bro. It made sense up there.
Right. Kelly Maria said, #Team Rakes, where someone, yeah. Right.
But the thing about it is, they don't want friends over though. That's the thing.
Rakes is just rubbing his hands. He's not showing you guys. He's just rubbing his hands. These bitches. Right. Okay. Danielle said, bitches. Rakes, if a girl friend zones you, she may not be for you. What will be. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter.
You was a sucker.
Hey, sucker man.
Danielle said, Nick, you've got no behaviour.
No.
He is being a man if he is being honest. Yeah, well done now. Shout out to that. Right, T.I., let me say what T.I. is saying, man.
They're killing him.
Women want a nice guy, but also a man, not a boy. A man that stands their ground and put you in your place. I've got to come back to that.
Don't worry.
Darren, I'm going to come to you first. Yeah, we're going to go to that. We don't want to be able to walk all over you. A yes man, in brackets. We want some excitement or someone that intrigues you but treats you good and makes you smile. You sound like you want someone to treat you like a moron. Like, Darren, I'll tell you the part that we've got this part, yeah? T.I. Coco, this is not an attack, we don't do that. Yeah, women, you just said there, women want a nice guy but also a man, not a boy. A man that stands their ground and put you in your place. I don't care, man or woman, no one should be put in their place. Tell me what it is.
Do you know what? I have a problem with women who think that you're a man if you put your woman in her place. Like, putting your woman in her place doesn't necessarily make you a man. You can put your woman in her place and you don't fend for your family. You don't provide for your family. Does that make you a man? Like, I'm sick and tired of hearing
say that. She said it's one of the characteristics she looks for in a man. She didn't say it makes you a man.
She wants to be put in her place.
No, but she didn't say one of the characteristics.
Yeah, but most women like that. Most women want a man that's a man. That's
no,
like
yeah,
they don't want someone that.
Shut up.
That's not what she said.
That's just disrespectful.
What it is, that's putting her in her place. You better shut your mouth.
That's what she said. That's rude. Like, she's not asking someone to be rude to her. She's asking someone to.
It's not going to have to walk over.
Yeah, but she wants someone authoritative. But you're not talking like it's either or. It's not either or. Like, you don't have to be able to put your woman in your place for you to be a man. You can be a man by leading by example, by directing your family.
Every now and again,
but that's not necessarily. You don't have to. You can communicate. You don't have to put her in a place like, hey, behave yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
But sometimes it might need that.
Every now and again, just to go back to what T.I. said. She said, I didn't mean put me in my place like that. I think she was talking about when I said shut up. Yeah. Alright, T.I.
I understand what she means. Like, every now and again you might have to say, listen, calm down, innit?
Yeah.
Like, and she knows her place, okay, this is Simmer, man.
Don't say that.
You know what I mean, bro?
I agree with Simmer. That's just
you just got to say something, listen, calm down, innit? Like, and
yeah. I've said stop.
Yeah. This is bad what I said. But I understand what it means.
I just, yeah.
Let me go. Danielle said it sounds like abuse. I hope you're talking about when I was saying shut up. But obviously T.I. has explained she didn't mean it like that. Emma has said good guys might not know when a woman is into them because they are not very forthcoming. Shout out. What are you saying?
No, this sideman business is so horrible.
But it wasn't actually direct.
No one said my name. Why?
Oh my gosh!
No one said my name. Why are you saying it?
Yeah, because everyone else is kind of just looking at me like what sucker? Right, Rena said, no man ain't putting me in my place. He ain't my dad. Katie has said...
She feeling you now.
Right, Katie has said, I think what she means is a guy who will say, no, you're wrong, in opposed to being a yes man.
Okay, baby, okay.
Right, Shakira has said, I think most women want a man that requires them to be a little submissive. Right, Shakira, I'm going to like that. Because I think it's, for a lot of women out there in this day and age, in the independent world, it's almost like it's a negative to say that you're submissive in any way, shape, or form. Right, you understand what I mean?
It's something that's lost along the years, isn't it?
Yeah, to me, it's refreshing not to just say, "Oh, I want everyone to be submissive." Like, yeah, I'm going to go out 5 nights.
But just know when to play that role.
Yeah, it's you got to have a bit of everything. Like, cool. The tough exterior don't have to be there all the time. What do you guys think?
It's roles, man. It's roles. I think we've touched on this in different topics before. It's roles. A woman needs to be a woman, and a man needs to be a man. And I personally think, well, I might be wrong, but I think it's refreshing, like you said, to see when a woman is submissive, and it helps a relationship. It helps the dynamic of a relationship when a woman is submissive. Now, that's not me saying a woman's just got to take any shit that this guy is giving her. No, it's knowing when to fight the battles. It's knowing when to say, all right, babe, cool, no probs.
And I think that over the years, like I said, it's been lost, and a lot of women don't know how. They don't know how. It's not they don't want to. They don't know how to play that role anymore.
Exactly.
But I think it's difficult. I think I don't think it's as common, it's as uncommon as what you think. I think there's a lot of women that are prepared to play that role. But what I do think is that in our generation, and I'm not to generalise, but a lot of women don't grow up, or a lot of us haven't grown up with both parents. So they don't know how to love in a relationship. So they might know what love is, but they don't know how to love in a relationship, how to play that role.
Yeah.
So
I think it's very.
You almost lose or have to learn while you're in it. So it is difficult.
And it's the same thing with the submissive thing, because there's a lot of kids are so used to seeing one parent. They're not used to seeing like a mum be like submissive.
Yeah.
So, and I don't mean to say like submissive just all the time, but know when to be like, yeah, all right, I'm listening to him kind of thing. And they just see one way, so they don't know how to do the same thing themselves.
All right, let me get into the stream, yeah, because Dion's got a bit of love from saying something. So let's read what Dion said. Right, hold on a minute as well. Craig Jackson just said in the stream, I don't know what Nick's been taking today, but fuck me, he's talking some sense, It might be a one-off, but Danielle said, so true, Nick. Becky saying, preach Dion, so we're going to get to that. And Sharina said, spot on, Nick. I don't hear that often. Right, Dion has said, what I am basically saying is that he has no value for them. I don't know if he is telling them that they can be the one. I think she's going back to a scenario.
Oh, the thing about the bed.
I don't know if he is telling them that they can be the one, but he could be. Once this supposed good guy knows you aren't the one, his attitude towards her changes regardless of how her feelings for him are. So again, even if he considered himself a good guy, to bang her and leave her for dead, don't mimic the actions of a good guy.
Can I ask that?
But
for me, so from what I'm understanding, he's gone into it, and right now he's not sure whether he wants to be with her. He gets to some point where he decides, okay, I don't want to be with her. What's he supposed to do? Hang around because you feel like because you like him. If he doesn't want to be with you, then he's obviously got to move on.
Wouldn't it be worse for him to hang around
and drag out
and allow your feelings to grow more?
It's logical to move on. I'm sorry.
I love that passion the way it gets.
I don't understand that. Why would you want man to hang around? Man don't want you like that, and you want him to hang around. Like what for?
But I guess that
bro.
Then I go back to the survey earlier on, whereas at what point does a fuckboy know that he's becoming a fuckboy? Is it after
2 weeks?
After 2 weeks? After
3 months?
3 months?
6 months?
6 months?
Or after you got there?
Or after he's had sex with a woman? And I think it was unanimous. Am I right in saying that? after you
but
had
again,
sex that you realise that?
So the girls have got to start controlling.
The reality is,
more.
yeah,
Is that
you
what it is? Is it down to the women?
Not necessarily, because for me, you don't really find
Some
out.
are.
You don't really find out how a man is really feeling until he has slept with you, because he can play all the cards in the world leading up to that. Once he slept with you, then you'll know how he really feels. If he's still hanging around and treating you the same manner, then he might have some interest in you.
No,
if he changes is the way he is acting towards you, and he becomes distant, then he doesn't care for you like
But
that.
sometimes they haven't left it long enough to find out whether or not he's got them feelings because they let off easy.
Yeah, I agree with that, but regardless, Riggs, I can play that way all the way until I get it.
No,
You're never going to understand truly until I get it.
Because if they leave you for long enough,
Yeah.
before a certain amount of time, your true colours will show.
So what about those people that like that chase?
Listen. Nah, listen.
Exactly. They don't find out until they've done it.
It don't work for everyone.
There are some men who like the chase, but generally, a man is not going to put in a required amount of work unless he genuinely wants to. He's not going to put in work over months and months and months, and he ain't getting nothing. Yeah, unless he feels that there's something in.
It depends how much work he's got to put in, Darren.
He will call.
He can do something else while he's putting in that work.
Putting in the work and being fake at it, that's a lot of work. But if you're putting in the work and you're just constantly being yourself, it's not really that hard.
Yeah, but if you're
Work is
exactly,
like
that's what I'm saying.
conversations.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're showing the woman one thing and you know it's not that, it's a different thing, yeah, and you're doing this constantly, and you ain't getting nothing, yeah, eventually you're gonna become tired of this and you're gonna say, oh, it's long. Do you know what I mean? But if you want to do that and you see this woman as it can go somewhere, then you will do that. And I just think as women, they have to own that. The time is a big thing. Time is a big thing. If you're going and you're giving up the goodies straight away, then you're not allowing yourself to understand whether a man is really interested or is just interested in the pom pom.
I agree with your scenario if he's making effort and there's no progress. But if he's making effort and there's like one time he gets a hug, next time he gets a kiss, next time he gets a feel up, like, and there's some progression, he's going to continue to invest because
He's getting somewhere.
he's putting so much time. He's already getting somewhere, so he might as well see it through now.
So
he's invested so much.
even if he just sees it as a beat, he's going to continue doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, let me take it to the stream quickly. Right, Laverna said, whether or not you grow up without a dad, that don't stop no one loving each other. Okay,
Not what
I'm
anyone
not
said.
saying-
No
I'm
one
not
said
saying
that.
I might have read that wrong as well. No, I didn't. No, I just read it again, but right. Laverna said, "Yep, man in the floral hoodie. That's not floral.
That's Grace.
Yeah, that's Grace Jones over there. Right. Danielle has said, I had both mum and stepdad grow me from 4 years old, and that taught me that a relationship is teamwork. If a person has not had that, they will find it difficult in a normal relationship. Right, I'm just going to go back to what Dion said as well now. She's come back, right? You're simplifying it. That's not what I'm saying. That's not why I'm saying that. She could be looking relationship. He is still banging her, but knows she ain't the one. Her feelings are still growing.
So he knows that she wants a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah, but to be honest, Leon, you've changed the scenario slightly there. But yeah, all right, cool. Then we take that on board. Carlina said, I think that's a two-way thing, and being real with each other. If my man's wrong, I would let him know, and he would tell me if I was wrong. For me, a good man is someone that can love. Hold on, let me just go to that. Love and be there for his queen and family and works hard. A good woman is there to love and be there for her family and take care of the home. Right, a lot of women don't have that sort of attitude. And one point I was going to make about these good guys and trying to bring it back into context in terms of the good guys being overlooked. I personally think, and I'll get shot for my views, I don't care. Women are developing into almost male-like roles in terms of within a relationship. So it's almost like a man has to rise to that and be able to surpass that. And the good guys, I'm imagining, don't have much experience in relationships or coming across women with such strong independent
Strength. That's what it is, because the way they view strength.
Yeah, and it's tough. And like everyone's saying, like, oh, the man's got to feel, we've got to feel safe, and we've got to, feel like a man can put me in my place and all of that. Like, some women shouldn't have to be put in their place, man. Just shut up and go to the place, innit? Like,
What is it?
like,
Women,
and that goes for men and women as well. Like, seriously, like, certain times if there's something happening, a man might just have to say, you know what, cool, all right, hold it down. I'll take that. I'll take that.
that's giving and
what
taking.
relationship is
But
about.
I feel that
what's happening a lot of the time is a lot of women are very hard externally, and they think that is a strength. When in fact, for me, it's a weakness. You don't need to be like that. You don't need to be like a wall, or because it's not, for me. That's not a feminine trait to be like that. Like, you need to be a lot softer and be able to show your emotions.
I think it's a massive generalisation to almost assume that good guys can't put a woman in her place. I think they can. I think they are. Some good guys are quite strong, and also most of the good guys that I know are married or in relationships. So again, I don't think it's fair to say that they all end up in friend zone. I think generally fuckboys get what's coming to them in the long run. They may get the short term success, but the longer term, the good guy always wins. Have you not seen any films?
Hey, listen, Nick's book's coming out soon, guys. Let me just take it back to the stream. Right, Anne-Marie has said, to a comment before, I don't know which one, but I'm going to read it and I'll start it. After how many encounters does it take before it's classed as letting off too easily? Okay, I think she's talking about Dion's one. As grown-ass people, sometimes it differs with everybody.
I agree.
That's interesting, yeah.
I think the longer that a woman holds out for, the more chance she gets to know who he is.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, but it doesn't. Like I said, I think
it doesn't secure anything.
For me, after he is hit,
there are no guarantees. But I just think if you as a woman, like Dee says, take time and don't delve in straight away, then you kind of, like I said, there are no guarantees, but you kind of prevent yourself from getting hurt straight from the offset.
You only know, as Dwayne said, you'll only know how much a man ever really likes you after he's had sex with you.
Yeah,
really,
it's true. Yeah, man, I'm just saying, value your cookie, innit? Yeah? Put value on it. Put it in a wrapper.
Millies.
Yeah? And do that, because if there's a whole load of cookie on display and there's one in a wrapper, that one in the wrapper becomes more valuable and more wanted. You know what I'm saying? I know I love the scenario, but it's true. It's got to be true.
If you go Millie's cookies, it's behind that screen. When you buy Mary, it's just on the shelf. It's there.
Nonsense. Millie's, you know.
No, but you know what? And it's all the flavours. It makes me
right, let me say what Melissa said, right? Melissa said, my husband is a good guy through and through. He holds his own and still knows how to love me and show me respect. Shout out to your husband, Melissa. Like I think, like Nick said, this is so weird. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this. I'm agreeing with him a lot. But yeah, you know, cream rises to the top. The good guy always wins at the end of whatever it is. And he's got you, Melissa. Yeah, shout out to you and yours. Right, Danielle said, embrace your emotions. No need to be man-like. Yeah, I think she's talking about it in terms of women, yeah? I don't know how to say your name. I'm bottling this one. Yonette?
Yeah.
Yonette.
Cool.
Yeah. Right. Loving the combo, guys. I agree. The roles of men and women these days are definitely being blurred. Yeah. And it is, to me, it's nice to see a woman recognizing that as well. Laverna said, that's true. Sometimes we need to shut up and walk away. Shout out, Laverna. Yeah. Right.
How do we rectify that, though?
In what sense?
With the roles blurring. How do we fix that?
I think it's like you touched on, bruv. It's more. It's allowing children to see more successful relationships. You know what I mean? Where there is the male and the female dynamic. You know what I mean? Where you haven't got a male and a female at loggerheads overpower in the relationship. You know what I mean? A girl child getting to see her mum sticking up for herself, and then sometimes saying, you know what, all right, cool, I'll fall back. You know what I mean? And likewise, a son gets to see his dad sticking up for himself, and then sometimes saying, fall back, allow the missus to take reign. You know,
not every battle you have to win.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. So I think it's just a case of just seeing more successful relationships throughout your childhood.
All right, I'm going to read out a few more, then we're going to have to start wrapping up, guys. Right, Paula has said, some women carry a lot of baggage from previous relationships, so sometimes that's why they behave a certain way. I think that's in terms of putting up the guard and stuff like that, or a brick wall like Dwayne called you. Right,
but you know what? Very quickly. I also think as well, because a lot of times you hear, a man doesn't understand a woman and how to treat a woman and blah blah blah. But I think women need to take more stock of how a man wants to be treated and what makes a man tick. Do you know what I mean? Like Dwayne said, the whole hard exterior thing is not appealing to a man at all. You know what I mean? It's not what we want. You know, I understand there are things that's happened previously in your life to make you react a certain way, but you need to also understand what is good for what's conducive to a successful relationship.
isn't that similar then to what we're saying about good girls and good guys and bad guys? Because you're saying that I guess a mannish exterior from a woman isn't attractive. Maybe a passive demeanor from a man isn't attractive to the woman, which is why they like the guys who are seen as more.
That's what I think.
But remember,
shut up, bro.
but remember what you said though. Like a good guy doesn't necessarily mean that he's passive. Do you know what I mean? Good guys don't necessarily. There are good guys who can stand up for themselves and like you said, put a woman in a place when she needs to be. It doesn't necessarily mean that good guy is passive.
But I guess traditionally men are not easily controllable, if that makes sense. And which is like the rogue element I was talking about earlier on. Women seem to like that little bit of thrill.
That's cool. I mean, it's all within moderation, innit?
Yeah.
If you like a thrill, that's cool. But if you're saying, all right, you know what, I'm going to sacrifice and go for that thrill, even though I know this guy's not going to offer me A, B, C in the long run, then you need to fix up and you need to look at yourself.
Words. That's the truth.
Word to your mother. Right. Dion has just said, yeah, my impression of a good guy is someone that doesn't sleep around and is waiting for the one, or at least for a relationship. As would your impression of a good girl. That's a good point.
That's very good.
She just validated her whole thing.
Yeah, she did, but I can't sit around.
Yeah, let me just finish what she's saying. You wouldn't expect her to sleep around waiting for the one. So true.
But if a guy said, if a girl meets a guy and he said, she's like, when was the last time you had sex? She's like, like 4 years ago. I'm just waiting for the one. She think he's a dickhead.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's true.
Not waiting around 4 years because he hasn't found the one.
You think that's long? You would think he's that's long. And that is the reality. I don't care what she tells me. She would think he's odd.
Good guy, bad guy, you're a dickhead.
Dion, I don't know if we're going to get time, but
You would think he's a dick. You would think he's a dick.
Dion, come back to us, let us know.
4 years, bro.
What you think
I'm looking for the
4
one.
years is weird.
Oh,
Yeah? Katie has just said, damn, Nick, he's on one today. Clap hands, yeah? Jeez, this is so weird. Like, we definitely have to wrap this up. Yeah? Ashley has just said, I wish my man was more passive. Laugh out loud. Listen, Ashley, just run. Yeah? Don't worry about that. Right, Laverne said, and this is a good point, we need to take a page from the older generation.
Yes.
Where, you know, in fairness, you know, that's where generally I see more successful relationships.
Don't get me wrong, they probably went a bit too far.
Yeah.
But you need to take elements from what they've done to
100%.
get that success. I do agree.
100%. All right, listen, we're going to wrap up now, guys. Let's take the final comments from everyone. I'm gonna save Nick to last. That's really weird. Darren, yeah, take this one from you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, man. Just like I said throughout this topic, women, you can understand. Take time to understand men, what makes a man tick, but also you need to think about what you actually want, not just for the here and now. Like, yeah, cool. An aggressive man who's exciting and blah 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 might be cool now, but if man's gonna turn around and be thumping you up, or is not gonna be spending time with you like 12 months down the line, is the excitement really worth it? Don't know. Good guys have more confidence in yourself, bro. Guys, know your worth and know what you bring to the table.
Rakes.
In terms of the topic, I don't think good guys should necessarily change who they are. Carry on being who you're being. I agree with what the guys were saying before. There are certain enhancements you can make to better yourself, but don't ever change yourself because you feel like being a certain other way is going to be more appealing to someone. At the end of the day, you'll find the person that appreciates your characteristics. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I echo most of what's been said. Ultimately, confidence is what draws attention from females. And be good guy or bad guy, if you can portray that confidence, a lot of women, you'll get a lot more success within yourself. But at the same time, I do understand at a younger age why women look for that edge. But I do feel as you get older and mature, 23, after them kind of age, if you're still looking for a bad boy, I think you need to look at yourself.
It's definitely a younger thing.
Yeah, you need to, someone with a name, I think you need to look at yourself. And if that's what you're still after, a lot more questions you need to answer yourself before you can find yourself in a relationship.
Yeah, real talk.
I'm going to say, man, like I said, I'm saving it.
Oh, what? The last last?
Yeah. He can close out the show. Like, sometimes you got to give it up and just know that it's someone's weekend. He's done that. So my thing is, the good guys, if there's an issue with you finding the one, my thing is, evolve, up your game. Otherwise, just shut up and don't moan about nothing, because you got to let that goodness be noticed. It don't make no sense just sitting there in the background.
Sitting
that
there
kind
for
of
4 years.
Sorry?
Yeah, sitting there for 4 years.
Yes, sir, the 4 years thing. All right, but step up your game, man. Like, make yourself noticed, and especially like, if you're passive, then you don't deserve it, as far as I'm concerned. If you're
So
gonna let,
harsh,
yeah, I don't care now. If you're gonna let the woman, and you've got an opportunity, and you let it go by, well, maybe you're good. You are a good guy, because I wouldn't do that. It just don't make no sense.
Before we allow it to kind of say, guys, don't allow no woman to friend zone you, man. Don't.
Friend zone.
Friend zone is awful. Elaborate? Why you said that?
The way you said awful, you sounded like you was talking from experience.
Never.
Let me give Nick the close up thing. Go.
I haven't really got much to add. You got to build it up a bit. I think in terms of good guys, bad guys, I think these guys are pretty much touching it. Guys, be yourself in it. Like, you're not going to get anywhere by being someone that you're not. Friend zone, I don't think it's real. I think it's something that is just spoken about. But if you really don't want to be in it, sometimes you're just friends. If you like a girl and she just doesn't like you back, then just change targets. Like, you can't, like, if you put in a certain amount of effort and you're still getting knocked back time and time again, have some self-respect. And this is where the confidence thing comes in, what they were touching on. Like, if you do that, if you don't do that, then you lose confidence in yourself, and you start going ways that you wouldn't, or doing things that you wouldn't normally do, that's out of your character, and that's changing you. So to stay true to yourself, whether you're a good guy or a bad guy.
Alright, guys, thank you again for everyone joining in. Just a few last things. Dion and Emma said, I agree with Craig's closing statement. Right, let's just wrap up the show now. Just to wrap it up, guys, thank you again for all your support. Anyone who's watching and you don't press the share button, you've only done 50% of your job. Let's keep it real. Click share it out there, talk about it, let's get things going, and we will see you next week. Same sort of time. We're going to try and be on time. But you know how it goes.
Look out for SoundCloud. Look out for YouTube. You're gonna be able to find all of.
Listen to us on the
Instagram.
journey to work.
Yeah.
Like in the car.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Nick could just be all up in everywhere you want him to be. Yeah. So just do that.
This is not chocolate syrup.
All right, guys. Listen. Enjoy your night. God bless. We're out.
Bless up.